Well, this review for the Ahsoka series on Disney Plus is a little bit late. I wrote a review, then somehow managed to delete it, and then work picked up. Time passed, and I suddenly realized that I still really needed to do an Ahsoka review because there are some things that I think are important in that series that nobody else has brought up yet. So here I am, fashionably late to the Ahsoka party with review in hand and ready to chat. Thank you so much for joining me. You guys, it's awesome to see you here, and you will absolutely make my day if you help a girl out and hit the subscribe button. It really does help influence the YouTube algorithm, which is an absolute monster. Thank you so much. So let's get to it. Straight up, Ahsoka is a continuation of Star Wars Rebels. We get some very exciting and satisfying conclusions to long-hanging story threads from that series. And it's fun that it's in a live-action series because there's just something more tangible, more, I don't know, exciting about the experience when you get to see the actors on the screen emoting in ways that cartoon and animated characters can never quite match, no matter how good they are. This review really should be based on the namesake character of Ahsoka. Yeah, but I honestly don't think she was the main character, despite the title of the series and the fact that she got a majority of the screen time. So hear me out. Just stay with me on this. One way you can tell a character's story is by telling the story of those around them or those who carry their memory with them. So, whose story was the Ahsoka series? Hera's? Nope. Sabine's? Nope. Ezra's? No, still no. The most impactful story in the series belongs to Anakin Skywalker. He was literally in every episode, either as a memory, a ghost, or a translation of himself through Ahsoka and those around her. What Dave Filoni does with this series is to show a side of Anakin that we could never have got while he was alive, trapped within the rules of the Jedi Order or caught beneath the thumb of the Emperor. He had to be free, and that's where he gained his true power. Anakin was the chosen one. The Star Wars story was his all along. And this series proves how dynamic his story is, how much of an arc it actually spans, and all of the characters he touched throughout the galaxy, either directly or indirectly. If you think about it, in that last fight with Obi-Wan Kenobi while on the Death Star, Obi-Wan gives Anakin his final lesson, master to apprentice, when he says, Darth, if you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you could possibly imagine. Anakin, or Darth, struck down Obi-Wan. But then he had years to think about that statement and about that lesson. And when he finally died, saved by the son who still loved him and saw the good inside of him, he had actually returned to the light side of the Force. And he immediately took his place within the Ghost Force world, making himself seen as he needed to be seen in order to guide events forward. His continual appearance to Ahsoka in this series is an example of the continuation of his role as the chosen one. His presence elevates the importance of Ahsoka as a character and as a series, because it is through Anakin and his story that the past, present, and the future of the Star Wars series finds its continuity. Anakin makes it all make sense. Saving Ahsoka, training Ahsoka, and then keeping Ahsoka on the path toward Thrawn. It's all part of the role as the chosen one, alive or dead, because she needed to get to that other galaxy, and not for the reasons that she, Sabine, or anyone else, except for maybe Baylan Skoll, could understand. And that point is pinned in the storyline by Anakin's appearance in the final scene of the series as he watches her with a proud and approving look on his face. She is where she needs to be because of him. So yeah, this was Anakin Skywalker's story, played out through the machinations of the characters from the Star Wars Rebels series, finishing their own storylines. It is a clever storytelling technique that absolutely flies under the radar. And I challenge you to rewatch the series with this new perspective in mind. Binge it, looking for traces of Anakin, either in the stories being told, the words being spoken, or his appearance, either in memories or as a ghost. And you will see what I mean. It's fantastic. And it's smart in ways that are maybe a little too clever, but it's the kind of creative storytelling that I absolutely love. But there's one thing that I feel needs to be called out in the final episode that absolutely fell flat and did not feel authentic in any way. Now, I loved how Ezra got back to his home galaxy. That move with the stormtrooper is so classically Ezra that I was absolutely convinced this was the Ezra that we knew and loved from the Star Wars Rebels series. However, he landed on the Rebel base and he exited the ship. He saw Hera. He saw her standing there. He just kind of like casually walked over to her and was like, "Hey, Hera." The Ezra that we know from Rebels, he would have run. He would have ran across the deck. He would have hugged Hera so hard. They both would have been in tears because as close as he was to Sabine, Hera were like parents to him. They saved him. They nurtured him. They taught him how to be a Jedi, how to be a rebel, how to be an adult. And frankly, he sacrificed everything to save Hera and the rest of the team. I didn't believe that reunion. And it kind of spoiled the warm and fuzzy feelings that the rest of the episode had created with the anticipation of his return home. And home is Hera, and home is the ghost. Still, the series was fantastic. It suffered from a slow start that was rough when viewed in a weekly release, but I think the pace is much improved when the 8 episodes are binged, collapsing the anticipation and payoff between the episodes into satisfying chunks. It's a great series to rewatch because you pick up on a lot of the underlying stories and threads that were easy to miss or forget about in the original weekly episodes on Disney Plus. I honestly don't understand the hate that I see for Ahsoka. It's a good series, and I'm really glad that we got to see the continuation of Anakin's story. And I can't wait to see what comes next because there is something big brewing in that far off galaxy. Mark my words. Okay, all right, that's all I have for now. Check out my next video and let me know what you thought of Ahsoka. Thanks, everybody, and have a great day and happy video watching. May the Force be with you.